What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today I present to you probably one of my most expensive videos that I've ever put out on this channel ever, and for good reason. I just invested about 2,000 Australian dollars into appreciating assets, I would like to call them. And yeah, you know what, without further ado, let's get straight into this video. By the way, with some backstory a little bit, I started investing this into I think around late August to maybe start of September, so it's been basically almost a full month of me doing this, investing, searching around and buying and selling some stuff. I'm just going to reveal my investments. Yes, you might just think that these are just bits of plastic, but then if I do this, a small amount of you guys might know what these are. And if you don't, they are Pokemon cards, but not just any Pokemon cards. Some of the rarest Pokemon cards in it. Actually, that's a freaking lie. There's like Pokemon cards that like 200 grand, reach 2 million, $55,000 first editions. These are probably reasonable investments, I would say, that I've made so far. If you guys don't know, I am actually a pretty huge fan of Pokemon. That was my first love. I got into the game, I think around 2009, started playing over there, collecting cards, whatever. And then I left, obviously I grew up a little bit, but I came back into the game because I just missed the nostalgia. So I had some spare cash lying around. You guys probably don't know this, but I'm a huge fan of Gary Vee. Gary Vee, entrepreneur, investor, motivational speaker. So he's been a big inspiration for me as a creator, entrepreneur, and overall just a human. He's been big into collecting sports cards and collecting Pokemon cards as well, and the card market is booming. And with all of the prolonged time that people have staying indoors and all that, I think that COVID has supported and boosted the growth of the collectible card market over these past couple of months. We've seen such a huge increase. I've never invested over 2,000 bucks in sneakers before, so this is super big that I chose to invest 2 grand into a set of Pokemon cards. This is about 7 Pokemon cards. I had like 10 before, 10 graded, but I sold a couple. So let me get into this because you guys are probably just like, wait, what the frick? Dude, man just spent 2 grand on cards, like, you know what I'm saying? But trust me, I know what I'm doing, you guys. Like, I'm out here giving tips, so I must know what I'm doing out here. So you know what, you guys probably don't even know who these characters are, I'd say, but let me just run down the cards that I got. So I got a Charizard Holo from Evolutions. That's a PSA 8, first edition Charmander. This card's older than me, man. It's a PSA 9, so that's really good. If you guys don't know, PSA is a grading service, so they grade cards, collectible cards, and put them on a scale of 1, which is bad, and 10, which is virtually perfect. So yeah, if you guys want to start investing in cards, I highly recommend getting them graded, just because ungraded cards like these so I have these ungraded cards. As you can see, they're just like ungraded, so the value of them raw versus graded increases heavily. So I got an Ivysaur, Trio Birds, and this is the set I'm really proud about. These are the big 3. So these are basically the Air Jordan 1 Bread, Shadows, and Royals. These are just like the big 3, like these are the cards that you want to be getting. Okay, so this Charizard, if you guys want to know, this red one over here set me back about 600 Australian dollars. This is a PSA 6. This Blastoise, the blue one, set me back around $320 shipped, and this Venusaur over here set me back about 280 shipped. So all in all, these 3 cards alone, these 3 pieces of cardboard with pretty drawings on it, set me back about 1,200 Australian dollars, which is mind-blowing. About 70% of sneakerheads out there are involved in sports, like especially basketball, whether that be soccer or like or baseball, whatever. You guys probably enjoy basketball the most. Obviously there's a lot of Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and all that, the PJ Tucker, all of them have an involvement with sneakers and all that. So if you guys do know basketball, you can make a heck of a lot of money collecting sports cards as well. Like, if you guys think like a rookie is undervalued and he's gonna have a great season, you can put some money on buying some tops like Rookie Prism cards and then hold, and if he does well, those cards are going to be worth a lot of money. Obviously I'm not going to be an expert on this. Like, I'm using my knowledge as an investor in sneakers and in the stock market to help me make informed decisions about what cards are going to be good. But the thing is, there is also danger in investing in sports cards, because if someone tears their ACL or gets into an injury, they're out for the season, and then basically the value of their cards are going to plummet. So they could have had the best season. They could have been like a rising star player. They could have been like one one of those people to keep your eyes on. If they're out like partway through the season, that's done, like, you know, for your investment. One example over here, obviously I'm not an expert in the sports card market, but one of the investments that Gary Vee recommended was buying Luka Doncic's for like $35 raw, and then like a year later, a season later, they're now worth like $3,500 in a PSA 10 graded. So if you think about that, that return on investment is absolutely astronomical. So that's pretty much crazy. By the way, like the cards I have here, this Charizard, okay, this Charizard that sent me back about 600 bucks. This has grown. This is basically a $700 to $750 card right now, and I bought this a week ago, so it's already appreciated like 20 or 30% in the week that I've gotten it. This Blastoise, I spent 300 bucks on it a month ago. It's now worth 470 bucks. It recently sold as well. So obviously people can have their listing prices, but doesn't mean that they're selling at that price. This Venusaur that I have here, 1999 base set. This was the first ever print that they've ever done. This can now be sold for, I think, around it's hard to say because these are so hard to find in Australia. So in a PSA 7, so that's 7 out of 10 basically on a scale, I could probably sell this one for about 350 bucks right now if I choose to. Obviously, I'm going to be holding them for a couple of weeks and months just to see where the way they go. But I really predict that this one, I paid $590, $600. I really predict that this is going to be a $1,000 card within the next like couple months. Within Christmas, I might sell this, get $1,000 and basically doubled my money almost. So basically, if you know Pokemon cards, if you know the demand of like a certain character, certain Pokemon, and know, you know, where people's attention lies, especially with even in the sports cards, if there's like a player that again that you think is undervalued, you think they're cool, by all means you can invest in those. I could go on for this for hours, but I'm not going to, obviously, because this will be an hour long video. I'm going to keep this short hopefully and squeeze as much knowledge into this as possible. But the thing is, these cards, like, if you guys do want to learn about cards and all that, I'll leave tons of links down in the description below. They'll explain them in much better detail than I will. But yeah, definitely this is such a booming industry right now. So if you guys want to get in quick, you should probably get in before the sailboat leaves the dock, you know what I'm saying? There are tons of opportunities right now in the sports card market that might give you a higher return on investment than other like stocks, than other shoes as well. If you guys don't want to wait like the 8 months to see a slight increase, I actually had like more cards. I had another version of this card. This was from 2016, so it's not the original set. I bought that for $100 shipped, and then I sold them 5 days later for I think around $170 shipped. So that gives me a return on investment of 70% on the total cost of my investment. Think about that, 70% ROI in just like a couple days. The average return on investment of the stock market is 10% annually. So for me to make 70% in just a couple days, that should be evidence enough to why this is such a booming industry. These cards, this Charizard from 1999, this is only going to go up because this is the card. This is like a Michael Jordan rookie card to a lot of people. It's just the OG. It's the second most popular Pokemon in the world, but behind Pikachu. Obviously, you guys probably already know who Pikachu is, even if you guys aren't into Pokemon. This collectible card industry, many are saying it to be like transformative and contemporary art. Like when I look at this, when I literally looked at this, I thought that this was like an art piece. Like, look how dope this looks. I just really appreciated the art value. They look the same, but they're pretty much different. And yeah, this is just what I've been putting a lot of my money on. All of these to me are appreciating assets. So if you guys don't know what those are, appreciating means going up in value, and an asset is something that puts money inside your pocket, something that makes money for you. But that's the term that you want to hear when you're investing in anything, in basically all the assets. But yeah, if you guys want to get into collectible card investing, then definitely just let me know down in the comment section below if you guys want more content on this. This is probably getting into a pretty long video. I'll try and get this to under 10 minutes, but thank you all so much for watching, and please remember to like the video and subscribe down below. If you guys didn't hear, I pretty much said my predictions to what I could get for these cards. These are the main cards I wanted to talk about, but yeah, there are other some like first editions and all that. Everything that you see here, I'm gonna have a B-roll that cost me about $2,000. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Catch you guys in another video. Peace. Thanksgiving 1995,